Happiness isn't necessarily about money. Howard Hughes, who was the Elon Musk of the 70s, spent the rest of his life in misery. Other people think they can be happy with hedonism, but that makes them trapped in a treadmill when happiness should be long-lasting. Some even say that they can't satisfy themselves and hence life is pain. But no, there is happiness, and we'll reply to Shop's argument in a sec. So according to Martin Seligman, 50% of happiness is based on genetics, 10% on circumstances, and 40% on your state of mind. We virtually have the same brains, so they're capable of making us happy, which make us able to just neglect that genetic part and conclude that happiness depends on you. It is a choice and a skill. A lot of people are gonna quit right now when I say this because they probably don't like it when they're being told that they're responsible for their own happiness, but let's say a bad thing happens. You either get pissed at it or you accept it, learn from it, and hope for the best. Yes, it can be sometimes a big thing that you sometimes feel like you can't stop whining, but if you tell yourself, okay, I'm unhappy, and it's fine, it's okay if I'm unhappy, I don't mind it, it's gonna, like a big shift is gonna happen. And that's basically when you accept yourself unconditionally, as if a best friend is standing with you. Your body literally responds to thought alone. And that's why also sticking yourself at the present without overthinking too much about the past or the future is also a must. We do also have the annoying negativity bias, which makes us see the world entirely evil or make us compare ourselves to others better than us, when we completely ignore a ton of good things and good people which we can be grateful for. This bias, by the way, was put there as a cognitive shortcut to have more attention to threats and survive, but for the most part today, it's like an illusion. So returning to Schopenhauer's pessimism, we see that this guy is actually being a perfectionist, quote unquote, ignoring the fact that even if you wanted everything you think, you'll just start wanting more, and we're in a world with finite resources, but in which we can constantly get better and better, and where we can appreciate our small wins, i.e. enjoying the journey rather than the destination. There is more than just that, since we haven't talked about circumstances. So in 1938, there was a Harvard study on the topic of happiness that went on for over 80 years, and it concluded that there are two factors for what makes people happy. The first being physical health, but here you are, Lane, binge watching YouTube again after midnight and drinking lots of Monsters. Like, trust me, that's what makes you so tired. I guess you can sleep less if you started sleeping a little bit earlier, just get into your bed and count the fucking sheep. I guess anyone can sleep during around 15 minutes of being in a comfy bed. But anyway, another thing I do and highly recommend is to do some exercise, particularly outdoors, such as training for a 5K at early mornings where the sun isn't that bright, the birds chirp, and the air is so fresh. The actual reason why Finns are the happiest people in the world, by the way, is that because they touch grass more than anyone else, so you know what to do right now. The second thing this study found was happy and healthy relationships. And that doesn't mean, it doesn't matter how many friends you have, but it's more about the quality of it. And don't worry, you don't really need this to be happy if you're lonely. You can have some downtime and figure out when to make friends later, as I explained in this video. And although I myself don't have friends because most people who text me weren't aligned to my goals, I sort of have a great relationship with my audience already. And I guess that's already pretty great. There are plenty of other things that can make you happy, such as smiling most of the time without really forcing it, and knowing a little bit about yourself. I like these journaling prompts book, which I highly recommend as well. And don't really take that MBTI whatever test because it's really unscientific. You can tell me in the comments more things that actually make you happy, and of course, have a happy day.